So yeah, I'm Smitty, and I'm here with EMC.
Enduring man-child.
The Enduring Man-child.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the newest episode of My Little Pony, Appaloosas Most Wanted.
And, before we get started, it's going to be a short episode today because there's only one episode to discuss, unlike last time when we did several.
Yeah, so this one's...
Just want to point out to all of our listeners out there, and, this is a small audience. We've got about 0.000015 listeners.
Yep.
And that includes the both of us.
Yep.
So it's a small audience. But those out there need to understand that Smitty and I have apparently absolutely nothing in common. We're opposite sides of the age scale. He's a young feller. I'm in my 50s.
Yeah, I'm 16, almost 17.
16? Wow. I'll be 58 in July, so...
Yeah.
So I keep making allusions and references to stuff, and they go right over his head. So
And I don't get it. So yeah, that's the way it goes. Alright.
So, about the episode.
Yeah.
Appaloosas Most Wanted.
Give me your thoughts on it.
Okay, well, once again, it's about the cutie mark. It's in line with the theme of the season. So far, there have only been 2 episodes that weren't. That's Castle Sweet Castle and Tanks for the Memories that did not go along with the theme of the season.
Yeah.
And I was delighted to see the Cutie Mark Crusaders again. And Cousin Brayburn.
Yeah.
Appaloosa. But other than that, I enjoyed the episode, but after a while, having watched it, thinking back on it, it kind of was, a little flat compared to some of that's not to say it's a bad episode. It just, after you've seen Turek, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, things aren't very...
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. You're going from Tolkien to Tom, Betty, and Susan, so...
Yeah. It was good. I liked it a lot. It was a good follow-up for the Cutie Mark Crusaders after the Luna stuff. But it didn't have that much action, but it was a good idea. But the name kind of made me wish for more. Like, I was hoping for a bit more of a chase kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
Like a real John Wayne.
Yeah.
I wanted to see some buffalo and whatnot.
Well, we saw them in flashbacks.
Yeah, they were hanging out, though. I wanted to see
They
more.
were hanging, yeah.
I want to see more war.
Oh, Epic Pony War.
Yeah, throwing pies.
Some of the best fanfics out there are Epic Pony War fics.
Yeah,
Really.
for sure.
But it was an important message once again that your cutie mark is a curse only if you choose to look at it that way.
Yeah.
That if you, Troubleshoes misinterpreted his cutie mark because, according to the superstition, a horseshoe that's right side up catches luck, and a horseshoe that's upside down spills it out. So his upside down horseshoe, he says it's bad luck, but apparently he was a rodeo clown cutie mark.
Yeah, entertainment kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't get it myself, but then I don't understand how Bab Seed's got a pair of shears either, so...
Yeah, I never really got... Well, she was always blowing her hair out of her eyes or something, so I don't know, maybe she'll learn to cut her hair for once.
She should have got a hairdryer as a cutie mark then, really.
Yeah, there you go.
A fan or something.
Yeah.
But it was an important lesson, and we saw the Crusaders, we saw Applejack, and we saw a small red horse that looked like Big Mac Jr.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Maybe Big Mac's cousin or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And I think the voice actor for this Troubleshoes was named Jim Miller.
Jim Miller?
Uh-huh. I think that's what I read. And he sounded to me an awful lot like the voice of Eeyore from the Walt Disney Winnie the Pooh cartoons.
Oh, yeah. He had that kind of... His head was always hanging.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I just knew you were going to say to me, "Who's Eeyore?"
No, I know who he is. I know who you
that's
are.
great. I'm sorry.
Winnie the Pooh, man. I know it.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
His tail always fell off, I think.
His tail always fell off.
He got sad about it or something.
Yeah, he was constantly depressed.
Yeah. Lived in like a shack that would always fall down or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy is kind of like that, actually.
He also reminds me of a cartoon character that was in an old episode of an old Terry Toons TV cartoon from the early 60s. There was a cartoon called Deputy Dog. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, but in one episode, Deputy Dog arrests Lynx the Jinx. And he locks him, he puts on handcuffs. He locks the cuffs together. So Deputy Dog and Lynx the Jinx are locked together. He loses the key and he can't unlock the cuffs. And Lynx being a jinx, all this terrible stuff starts happening. Lightning starts striking him, and stuff starts falling on him. And he can't get loose from him because he lost the handcuff keys.
Yeah.
But
it's goofy, man.
Oh man, Brayburn was incapacitated during this episode.
What do you mean?
Well, he was injured.
Oh yeah, his arm or something. His front leg was busted up.
Injured.
Yeah.
Applejack had to take his place. She somehow took his place, won the Appaloosa trophy on behalf of the Apples of Appaloosa, and then for some reason took it back home to Ponyville.
Yeah, she stole the trophy.
She took it away from him.
Oh well. I guess she deserved it.
Yeah.
I got some Looney Tune references in this one. At least one. The lump on his head with his hat went up on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he had to push it back down. That's funny.
I thought there was some other reference I thought I got, but it's skipped my mind.
I've only seen it in Looney Tunes. That's all I've ever watched
Uh-huh.
for old stuff. Also reminded me of the, was it John Coffin from The Green Mile?
I've not seen that movie.
Oh, well, it's...
But they're not above a reference to that. I mean, it could have been.
It could have been. It was a really big, he was a black man, and he...
Uh-huh.
I forget how it went. There were girls who were beaten or something by their dad, and he found them out in the woods. He was looking after them or something like that.
Uh-huh.
While the law was looking for the little girls.
Uh-huh.
And they found the little girls with him. And they accused him of taking him away or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he had no say because he was black, and it was back in I guess a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
So they mistreated him, and they threw him in prison.
Yeah.
And he was like a miracle healer and all that, but he was accused wrongly and whatnot.
Kind of like the X-Files.
Yeah, something like that.
There was an episode of X-Files one time about a prisoner from a Mississippi penitentiary, except this was in the contemporary age, but lightning struck him or something, and he became electric. So that was, it was pretty
Lovely.
okay.
So,
But, what else was there though? I mean, was there?
it was kind of a flat episode. It wasn't really that.
Yeah, that was
There's
Mobs.
not really much to talk about. There's references, but there's no action really.
Yeah.
Good storyline though. It had its comedy moments, like him breaking 10 mattresses.
Oh, that was good. That was probably the best part of the whole episode.
Yeah, had a bunch of them just broken.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And
but yeah, that's not really much more to say about it. Rodeo Clown was funny.
yeah,
He's such a big guy. He crushed the other ones.
he was huge.
Yeah, he's massive.
He wasn't a pony. He was a horse.
He was a horse. He's way bigger than Big Mac.
Yeah.
Like, he was way bigger.
I see what you mean now about the Green Mile. He's this huge, towering, muscular,
Yeah.
and the three little girls they assume he's kidnapped or full-napped the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Yeah, and he was wrongly accused, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got a wink there. I don't know if it's legit or not, but...
Well, it maybe, may not be. It may be, just a common theme.
Yeah.
Maybe I started to say Silas Marner, but no, I don't think it's a Silas Marner thing. But the important thing is, if your cutie mark is a curse, if you choose to look at it that way.
Yeah. Well, then Appaloom said it's all how you look at it. He said it's an upside-down horseshoe, so...
Yeah.
It can be whatever you want, I guess. I found it funny, because the guy always seems to be on his back, because he falls down.
Uh-huh.
And then his horseshoe's the right way up.
Yeah, he's a...
Well,
I hadn't even thought of it that way.
Yeah.
There you go, But it's Well, I forgot what I was going to say there, but I mean, I think we've said about all we can. It's a single episode, and
Yeah,
I guess you could say it's a one joke episode. I mean, uh, dangerous, horrible criminal turns out to be misunderstood, lovable klutz.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I am getting sick of Cutie Mark Crusader episodes, so if there's any more after this for 3 episodes, I'm gonna be kind of sick of them.
Well, I'm not sick of them yet. I like to see that. I am hoping, please no spoilers, but I'm hoping we'll see them begin to get their cutie marks this season. Of
That'd
course,
be good.
I don't know. It could be that they have to remain markless for the duration of the series. I don't know how they're going to do that. That's
Well, what I'm kind of noticing is that when in Twilight Time, what they studied, like Sweetie Belle studied levitation and all that,
huh,
she used her skills to steal the keys
uh-huh.
to get trouble shoes out. So
Well,
maybe they're
that's
all
enough.
gonna
Go ahead.
maybe they're all gonna use their talents that they've learned, like repairing stuff and potions, to do
Uh-huh.
something.
Well, that's I believe that's what I was trying to think of just a minute ago. Because when we were first introduced to her, Sweetie Belle couldn't do any magic at all. Her ability to do magic is relatively recent.
Yeah,
She's just now growing into it. And I hope that Scootaloo will eventually be able to fly. Of course, I don't know. That's completely different about. A completely separate issue from whether or not they get their cutie mark.
or her thing was that she's good at mechanics, right?
Yeah,
So I'm thinking she could probably build herself like a wicked flying machine or something.
she probably could.
Kind of almost like a wheelchair for Pegasi, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It can,
that would help
like,
her and help
yeah.
Miss Unfortunate Pegasi.
Yeah, she could help a bunch of Pegasi who can't fly build like flying contraptions for them. I don't know, it'd be kind of cool.
Well, tell you what, may I suggest something?
Let's hear it.
I tell you what, it's a short episode, and I think we've discussed all we can.
Yeah.
And before we go to the old cartoon of the week, as I said, we've got a vast audience of 0.000000115.
It's a lot of people, man.
Yes, that's a lot of people. But I don't know. This may apply to you too. I have one of my three dream jobs is to be a cartoon voice actor.
Dream
And
job.
thanks to the internet and to videos, fans now, just common people, can become cartoon voice actors, on the internet.
Yeah.
We've got celebrities in our fandom. I mean, they're not voice actors in the business, but they're voice actors within the community, and they're just as famous as the voice actors from the show.
Yeah, there's
And,
one who does Vinyl Scratch, the
oh,
DJ.
absolutely. That's Jill Nowak,
Is
yes.
that her name? Yeah.
Yes. But, like I say, cartoon voice acting has been one of my three dream jobs for as long as I can remember. The other two are riffing bad movies in The Satellite of Love and Armenian Priest. But anyway, I'm not likely to do either of those two. So I'm not likely to do this. But have you ever wanted to do that? Do you think it would be fun to do a cartoon voice?
A cartoon voice. Probably, yeah. I don't know if I really had the voice for it, but I'd love to do it.
I used to be able to do voices. Of course, I've gotten older and my voices all sound the same now, and I'm not as good as I used to be. But okay, here's something, people, that Smitty and I have rehearsed before. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Smitty?
Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, want to hear my Harpo Marx impression?
Yes.
Want to hear it again? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There. He had to explain that one to me.
Yes.
He had to explain that one to me.
Oh, but there's another one where I actually do a voice. Recently the motion picture version of Requiem for a Heavyweight was on with
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn. It was written by Rod Serling, but it was originally written for live television back in the 50s. And the main character was played by Jack Palance, the late great Jack Palance. And I can do an impression of Jack Palance from that show. And I don't know if you know who Jack Palance was.
I don't know who he is or what he sounds like.
Okay. Well, it's just always something fun when you got two people with nothing in common
Pretty
conduct
much.
a podcast together. But for the benefit of the 0.0000015 listeners out there, some
Yeah.
of whom may have clout, I am going to do, if with your permission, I'm going to do my impression of Jack Palance from Requiem for a heavyweight.
Go for it. I could
And
probably... I can
I
edit in a
guarantee,
comparison. I can edit in him, and then you.
I guarantee you, all you folks out there, that you will think, you would swear that Jack Palance had risen from the grave and is back. You're going to think this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay, here we go. Miss, 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 I could win. I could win with champion. Miss, Miss, I could win champion. Miss.
Sounds like Mike Tyson. Oh my god, lovely.
Mike Tyson says, Miss.
I don't know, he's got an accent like that. That doesn't even sound like you talk, it's completely different. I'll look up a YouTube video, and I'll compare the voice.
Okay.
And then I'll put it in the video. We'll see how close it is. See what people think of that.
And I'm countering. I'm hitting him to the body. I'm punching him real hard. And I'm punching, when I'm punching him, I know he's not able to take my punches. 1, 2, 3 punches. I'm throwing him butt punches and bunches. He goes down, he's out. I'm victorious. Mike Tyson, greatest fighter ever lived.
Look, I went with champion. Miss, Miss, Miss. On the show, along with Jack Palance, Miss was played by Keenan Wynn.
Keenan Wynn, I don't know who that is.
Big surprise.
Real big surprise.
And along with him was Keenan's father, Ed Wynn.
Edwin.
Ed Wynn was an old-timey vaudeville baggy pants comic. He was in vaudeville. He was in early radio. I watched a kinescope of him from 1949 from a television show on YouTube just yesterday. Very famous voice. People imitate him all the time. But that's who was. It was different in the movie because they had Anthony Quinn playing the Jack Palance role, and Miss was played by Jackie Gleason.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, and the other guy, the Edwin role was played by Mickey Rooney. So anyway.
Mickey Rooney. He's dead, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney's dead.
Everybody's dead.
Lovely.
Miss. Okay?
All
right.
Let's move on to old cartoons. Keep it around 5 minutes. 'Cause I'm watching my clock here.
All right.
Let's keep it 5 minutes if we can.
This week's cartoon is one that apparently no one but me remembers.
All right.
It was an NBC cartoon that premiered in the fall of 1970. It was it was made by Hallison Batchelor in London and Stroud, and it was produced by Rankin Bass, which is the same company that makes all those annual holiday specials like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
Okay.
Frosty the Snowman.
Are you talking about the movies with the old stop motion dolls and all that? Yeah, I love those.
All those were made by Rankin Bass. You know, Year Without a Santa Claus,
Yeah.
etc., etc., etc. They also made the original 1977 made-for-TV version of The Hobbit with Orson Bean and Brother Theodore.
Okay.
That was Rankin Bass. Anyway, the format of the Tomfoolery show was based on that of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, which at that time was still on the air and was a huge craze in the country. It was an absolute craze. And so what they did, they took the format of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, turned it into a cartoon, and used it to introduce young children to the classic nonsense of Edward Lear and Lewis Carroll. You know Lewis Carroll, the author of Alice in Wonderland?
Okay, yeah.
And Edward Lear, the father of nonsense, I have been a fan of Edward Lear ever since I used to watch this show. You know, he wrote The Owl and the Pussycat. He practically invented the limerick. And the cartoon was actually hosted by 5 of his characters. There was the Yongy Bongy Beau, the enthusiastic elephant, the Visgidius fish, the Scroobius snake, and the umbrageous umbrella maker. And they read all sorts of his poems, like the Dong with a Luminous Nose, the Pabaloo Has No Toes, the Quangle Wangle. You know, on YouTube so far, all I can find is 10 minutes of this show. It's not the best 10 minutes. It doesn't have the limericks or anything like that, but So far, all I've been able to find is 10 minutes. If anyone is interested and would like to, just get the basic idea of what the tomfoolery show was like. But the thing that sticks out in my mind with the tomfoolery show most of all was at this time, early 1970s, Saturday morning, fall 1970, NBC ran a series of spots during the show. This is not part of the show. This is what you might say a commercial public service message that consisted of nothing but vowels.
Okay.
You would say, they would show an A and they'd say eh. They'd show an E, they'd say eh. And they just do a whole series, eh, 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 eh. They do that for, a minute. And I was absolutely convinced. I was about, 13 years old? I was absolutely convinced that this was military code. They were using Saturday morning cartoons to broadcast some sort of military code.
Secret messages.
It's just their way of saying the bluebird is on the whipped cream. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. A cartoon informing military, sending messages to the military.
Well, not the cartoon, the messages.
Well, the in between it, though. So there'd be a bunch of soldiers watching cartoons, waiting for the message to come in.
Well, I was 13, But
hey, you never know.
There was never an introduction. There was never an explanation. There was never, as far as I remember, any sort of writing down in the corner to explain what was going on. They just showed and pronounced vowels. Hey,
maybe it was. If it is military code, you're probably gonna get hunted down now because you know too much.
That's a great idea.
Lovely.
They say you can never know too much, but I guess you can. So, Twilight Sparkle, they're coming for you next.
Yep, they're coming to kill her. It won't happen, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Unfortunately, this coming weekend is Mother's Day weekend, and we get a break in the new episodes.
Yep.
And my heart has brast. I don't know if I'm going to survive. I don't think I can do... I did without for a year. I don't need to be asked to do without for a weekend at this point. They should show about 13 more episodes before they skip one.
Yeah.
They've decided to skip this one.
At least they're showing some compassion for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And not putting on like an MLP theme so the moms get to sit and do nothing.
It's too bad it's too bad that we've not really been introduced to Twilight's parents. We've seen them a couple of times, but we've never been introduced to them.
Yeah, they could have a cool story.
Yeah. I think we've seen Rarity's mother.
Yeah, her parents are like your average vacationers, like a big straw hat and
they're Midwesterners.
Flower, yeah, they're like a flower shirt.
Have we seen... We don't know anything about any of the main six's parents, do we really?
Applejacks are deceased.
Yeah. They never say that, but...
No, they show the two stars go by,
and
it's pretty obvious.
We've seen Twilight's.
We've seen Pinkie Pie's parents.
That's right, I forgot about it.
He's like an Amish farmer.
Yes,
and
Amish rock farmer.
Yeah, they're rock farmers. And who else?
Well,
Fluttershy doesn't have parents that we know
We've
of.
never seen... Wait, we saw Rainbow Dash's dad once.
Yeah, he had rainbow hair.
Yes.
He was just a random dude with rainbow hair.
A random dude with rainbow hair. This was back when Cloudsdale was trying to get the equestrian games, which they could not have hosted anyway.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's
did.
up there. No one can get up there. Oh, well.
So, I guess it'll be 2 weeks before we do this again.
Yep.
Unless you just want to get together and do nothing but, I don't know, act like a couple of idiots next week. I may be up for that.
I'll probably end up just posting some music or something.
All right. Well,
make a song.
Yes.
Act like a couple idiots for fun.
I suppose so. I guess we're the odd couple.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's Smitty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the enduring man-child, and I guess that's it for this time. And
yeah, that's all.
I guess until next time, remember, Miss
Mike Tyson.